We are working on Pong, and we're up to step 6, the start button. And we've saved our work, so we're ready to go on. It is always easier to start the whole game with a click of a button. To start, you want to set the starting point of the ball, reset the score, and click on both turtles. Okay, so so this is always an important thing to think about with your games, is how are you going to start off the game. So part of starting off the game is making sure that everything is set up where you want it. Okay, so that all the turtles are where you want them to be, that the score is what it should be at the starting time, and all that kind of thing. And then the other part is how do you get the action started. All right. So that's what they're saying here. They're saying to start, you want to set the starting point of the ball, right? So you want to set the ball up probably in the middle of the screen, right? You want to reset the score, which we said, yep, set that to 100, and then click on both the turtles. So remember, we need to get this the action going. We need to click on this guy, and we also need to click on this guy so we can move him, right? Let's see. So that's too many instructions to put in a button. So we're going to write a procedure for all these actions and then run this procedure from a button. Okay. So, and basically, I'm going to just give you a preview of the button because I want you to understand what they're talking about here. You can write your instructions right here, right? You can write your label for your button, and then you can write all your instructions in here. But if you end up getting a really long list of instructions, it's smarter and it's going to help you in maintaining your game and going back and understanding what you did, and as you develop it further. If you just write a new procedure and put all those instructions in the procedure, and then just use the procedure name here. Okay, so let's see. So this procedure, the startup procedure, doesn't belong to one turtle in particular. So like we put the miss procedure in the ball turtle because that's the only guy that's going to actually, that we need to be concerned if he hits the wall, right? We probably could have just put the bounce procedure in here too, right? But this procedure that goes with the button, that's going to be for the entire project, okay? Because it's got to know about all the turtles. It's got to know about the text box and all that stuff. So it makes more sense. Generally, you can have communication between these guys, but for something like this, for buttons, usually you want to put your procedures in this general procedures tab. Okay, so let's do that. Let's write a procedure for getting started. So it says in the procedures tab, define a get started procedure. So we're going to say to get started. Now remember, we want to write this all as one word. Okay, no spaces. If you say get started, Microwords is going to get all confused. Okay, because it always reads words from the beginning until it gets to a space, and then that's how it knows the word is over. And so if you want one procedure, get started, you need one procedure name. So to get started, we're going to tell the ball, so ball comma, that says I'm talking to the ball. Set pause to 0, 0. Okay, and notice these are the square brackets, the ones next to the P on my keyboard, but you don't press the shift key. Okay, and you need an opening one and a 0, 0 for your X and your Y, and then a closing one. Okay, so set pause is a command that needs one input, and that input is a list with the X and the Y in it. Okay, So anything with these brackets around it like that is considered a list in microworlds. Then we want to do the set score. So we're going to say set score 100, right? So we're setting up our game. Get started sets up our game. Put the ball in the middle of the screen. Set the score to 100. And then, to make sure both the turtles click on the screen, there's a special command, a procedure called everyone. And what everyone needs is a list of instructions. Okay, and what happens is once everyone gets the list of instructions, it tells every single turtle on the page to do what the instructions say. Okay, so we're going to say everyone click on. Okay, and so basically, so see, click on. If I just say click on, it'll turn on whichever turtle happens to be on. But if I say everyone click on, now both of these guys are. So I've got my paddle following the mouse, and I've got the ball doing what I'm supposed to do. Notice we're still drifting off the top and the bottom, so that might be something for future work to think about how you're going to do that. Oops. Clicked in the wrong place. Okay, so I just clicked the stop all to stop everything. So, and actually, you know what? This is a good thing to do generally to try out. Well, okay, let me put my end, because remember that every definition starts with to, with the word to, and ends with the word end. Okay, so every procedure definition. So I've got that, but what we can do also, another way to, another thing that's a good habit for developing these things is just try out the steps that you put in your recipe and make sure that they work the way you want them to. So we can say ball, comma, set pause, 0, 0. And puts the ball in the middle of the page. That's nice. We can say set score 100. Yep, that works. We can say everyone click on. Yep, that does it. Okay. So your paddle might look like it's doing weird stuff if you take your mouse off the page here, but that's what I did to make it stop. I just clicked on the stop tool. Okay, so you could add more instructions to this procedure. For example, you could add sound effects. So you might want a little ta-da or whatever to get it started, or add an announce box to display the instructions. Okay, so let's see. There's actually if you look in the vocabulary here, under announce, there's actually a primitive procedure called announce that will display whatever word or list you put in there. So if so announce, and notice here you have announce written 2 times. So the first time it says announce and then followed by a word or a list. And here it says announce followed by a list that has inside of it a word or a list, and then voice colon and a voice name. So if you use that voice thing, it'll actually speak the message using the text-to-speech feature of the operating system. It says, I don't know, we could try it. Oh, not all versions of Microworld support this special usage of announce. So it may or may not work for you. But so you could do something like, in here you could say, maybe before you'd have everyone click on it. You could announce, I don't know, like use the mouse to control the paddle, something like that. And then if we say, so if I do that, let me just type that in here. Announce, use the mouse to control the paddle. And that just brings up a little announce box. Okay. Well, let's try that voice thing. I'm curious to see if that's going to work. So, how did that go again? Announce. Okay, so here's an example. So remember, we have the procedure name together with any inputs that it might need, and then in the second column we have the definition, and in the third column we have examples. So here's an example. It says announce, aha, voice Vicky. I'm just going to copy this. Edit. Can I? Oh. Oh no, it's not going to let me. Okay. So, I think I can type it though. Announce. Okay, I'm going to announce this. I'm going to say, oh wait, this has to be inside a bigger list. So, see, there's two brackets here because the first thing I have in here is my word, is my list here. So, a word or a list. In my case, it's a list. Use mouse to control paddle. And then I'm going to say voice, colon, Vicky? I don't know if I have a Vicky, but we'll see. What the heck? Oh, I don't hear anything. So I guess it doesn't work on mine. But maybe on yours you can get it. Or maybe you just need to find out what voices are available. Not sure. But anyhow, so that's something you could do. You could do announce. So now that we've checked each one of these instructions individually, let's see if the new word is working the way we want it to. Get started. Should do all of these things. Should set the ball to 0, 0. Set the score to 100. Let's change this to 52 or something. Should change the score to 100 and announce our thing, and then everyone click on it. So let's see, get started. Okay, and we're at 100 and everything. Cool. Okay. So now put that in a button. So we can create our button and put it down here. Let's call it Go. I like that. And then the instruction is get started. So the label is just what's going to show up on the button. The instruction is what we want to happen when we press the button. Okay, when we press the button, we want to get started. And we're just going to leave that as a once. Because we just want to do that when we click the button. We just want it to happen one time for each time we click the button. Go. So let's see now. So now Go is going to say do get started, and we know how to Microworlds knows how to do that because we added that word there. So let's say Go. Use the mouse to control the panel. Okay. Hey, we're gaming. Okay. All right. So it looks like we finished step 6. And I want to stick in sound effects. Maybe I'll show you that in the next one, and then we'll go on to step 7. So save up, and we're ready to move on.